Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing an update video because there's just been a lot of things going on recently in my life that I thought would be fun to talk about. Just a lot of things that I've been working on that are going to happen soon, and also just some funny stories about things that have happened recently. One of the main ones being something that happened recently in Arizona involving Gifted Hater, and I just thought it was like a really funny story. So we're going to talk about a bunch of fun things like that. But yeah, that happened in Arizona, which is where I was last month, and a bunch of stuff happened down there. I don't know if you saw the video that I did recently where I was with Jaws and I interviewed him about a bunch of things, but yeah, I stay with him every time I go to Arizona. He's one of my favorite humans on this planet, one of the nicest people ever, and also one of my close friends now. So whenever I go to Arizona, he lets me stay with him, and we kind of just nerd out, go skate, and then when we're at his house, we play a bunch of video games together. We played a bunch of Mario Party, and I actually got him into the show that I really like called The Devil's Plan, which is on Netflix. It's like a Korean reality show. It's so sick. It's basically they get a bunch of really smart people together, and it's like an elimination style show where they all compete in a bunch of intelligence-based games where, you know, you have to have some sort of specific type of intelligence, or like strategy-based games. It's kind of difficult to explain, but it's actually really awesome. So I would definitely recommend you check that out if you're just bored. But yeah, I was in Arizona recently for around a week. I flew down to go film for a Happy Medium because we are working on a new Happy Medium video. And good update about that, the new Happy Medium video is essentially finished, and Buster's just working on editing it, putting it all together. But that will be premiering hopefully early next year, and I'm so excited for that. So if you're in Arizona or within driving distance, just be on the lookout for a premiere date, because we're gonna be having obviously a premiere in Arizona, and it's gonna be super fun. So please come down and join us whenever that happens. The video is gonna be so awesome. All the footage that I've seen from everybody else, or that I've been there for while it has happened, has been insane. So I'm very, very excited for this. And about my part for the video, I actually was not super excited about it because originally, I think it was 2019-ish, I flew down to Arizona to film for that video. And I remember we had just started filming for the video. I was so excited. Within the first few days of me being there, we got two of my favorite tricks that I've ever done within those first few days. So filming was going really well. And then COVID hit. So then the bad thing happened, and it got really bad like while I was in Arizona, and I had to immediately get a flight back to Hawaii. I'm pretty sure I got a flight back right before they canceled all flights and like people stopped flying. It was really wild. So yeah, that obviously put a halt in filming for a while. And then after that, I got married and just been really busy working, but I've been trying to find time to film. And that's why I've been bummed, because I got some of my favorite footage ever, and then we just stopped filming for a while because nobody could travel, nobody could do anything. But since then, thankfully, I've been out to Arizona a couple of times. I've been traveling with them a little bit, and they've actually come here to Hawaii to film for the video a couple of times as well. So I at first was worried that I wasn't going to be able to get a part done, but thankfully I've somehow managed to get a part together. Buster and Hunter have been amazing with it, so really excited to show you guys that. But a couple of interesting things happened when I was in Arizona, and the first thing involves Gifted Hater, and I actually thought this was really funny. It's just a funny story. So I was with all the Happy Medium guys, with Jaws, Buster, Hunter, my friend Lucas was there, and we were skating this abandoned golf course. It was a really cool skate spot in Arizona. It was the first time there for all of us. So we got there, we parked, walked in, checked it out. It was so cool, messed around for a while, and then started filming a trick. So we were there for a while. I want to say like over an hour, maybe closer to 2. And while we were filming, one of my friends was like, oh, hey, Ryan Lea is on his way over here with Gifted Hater and Luke, who is their filmer. And we were like, okay. So I've met Luke before, and I've met Ryan before, and I've never met Gifted Hater, but I've talked to him a bunch online. I think a long time ago, I played a game of skate with him live on his Instagram live because people were asking us to. But yeah, I've actually talked to him a bunch online. He seems like a pretty cool guy, so I've always wanted to, you know, just at least meet him or say what's up. So I was like, oh, that's cool. I can finally just say hi to him. So we were there filming, like I said, we were there skating for almost 2 hours, and I see them walk into the mini golf place. So it's, you know, him, Ryan, and Luke, and I'm watching them. They walked through the front gate, they get on their skateboards, and they skate maybe like 10 to 20 feet away, and all of a sudden a police officer comes in and tells them to sit down. Like, we'd been there almost 2 hours, and they'd been there for seriously like 20 seconds. And then a police officer is like, hey, get over here, gets him to sit down on the curb. And we're like, oh gosh, we're all gonna get in trouble. So the officer has him sit down on the curb and he's like taking down their information. He's talking to them and we're just kind of waiting for him to come over to us. And you know, we're still skating is the crazy thing. I'm trying to get a trick, so I'm still skating. Everybody's still kind of just hanging out. John Mata was there, he was getting a trick too. And I think it's because there was just one officer, so he couldn't come over to us because then he'd leave those guys alone and they'd maybe be able to run away or something. I don't really know, but we were kind of just waiting for that to happen. And after maybe like 15 minutes of us like still skating, they're still there sitting on the curb and the officer's still there like talking to them, taking down their info. And we were like, oh, maybe we should just leave because I mean, one of my friends there had a trespassing ticket already for skating and they were not trying to get in trouble. And it wasn't even like we were trying to be sneaky. Like we could see them, so they could definitely see us. And I felt bad, but I was like, okay, we've waited here, so what else are we gonna do? So we just grabbed our stuff, got it together, walked the opposite way, hopped over a wall, and then walked around back to our cars. And when we got back to the cars, it's so funny. I could see that now another cop car had pulled up. I think actually 2 more cop cars had pulled up. So there were now 3 cop cars pulled up in the mini golf place. Maybe they were looking for us or something. So we actually, I think, got out there at the perfect time because when somebody else rolled up, they for sure would have came over to us. But yeah, it was just really funny that we'd been skating there so long. And as soon as they get in 20 seconds in, they got seated down, they got all their info taken, and they were there for a long time. So they got in trouble, even though we were the ones skating, we got away. I don't know, I thought it was pretty funny. And I think Jaws actually ran into them after and talked to them, and they didn't get a ticket or anything, thankfully. They just had to drive all the way out to the spot just to get sat down, get their info taken, and just wasted a bunch of their time. So, I mean, it's really funny to me. It sucks for them. Like if that happened to me, I would be super bummed, but you know, it wasn't me, so I just think it's really funny. Just funny, you know, you gotta love stuff like that. So I think that was actually the day after I got there. That was one of the first times we skated, and we skated the full week. We got a bunch of stuff done for Happy Medium. I'm super pumped on it. But actually, I think 2 or 3 days before I was supposed to leave, you remember that neck injury that I had like a couple of months ago where I couldn't even like get in and out of bed? I couldn't do anything, and I had to like go to the hospital, get all these scans. Was really freaked out because I'd never had like a neck injury like that, and it slowly went away over a couple of weeks, and then I was back to normal, skating fully normally. And I thought that was it because that was a couple months ago. I thought we were done, but near the end of my trip in Arizona, like I said, 2 or 3 days before I left, it came back and it was really freaky. Like I was just warming up. We went to a manual pad to 6 stair and I was just warming up, like manual, ollie to 6, just kind of like ollieing to 6, doing flatland tricks, just straight up warming up. And then my neck started hurting just from warming up, and I was like, oh, that's weird. So I kept warming up because I didn't, you know, think it was anything weird. Maybe I slept on it, and it got worse and it got worse to the point where I was like, oh, this is the same injury that came back. It was in the exact same spot. It felt almost the same, but not as bad. It kind of felt like maybe 5 days into my recovery last time. So it sucked. Like it hurt really bad. I had to stop skating, and I had to stop skating for the rest of the trip. But thankfully I knew that it was really bad last time. So I was trying to be smart and not like mess myself up even worse. So I just stopped skating. But thankfully it was like the last time where it sucked and then it slowly got better. And then I think a week after that, I was back skating again. But that was kind of freaky because that all happened because of a massage place cracking my neck, which they're not supposed to do. So I thought it was one and done and I was pretty chill about it. But the fact that it came back like a recurring injury, that freaked me out from like nothing happening, from no falls or anything. Hopefully that's the last time that anything like that happens again, or that injury comes back, because I don't like that. So yeah, that was my Arizona trip, and I came back to Hawaii, and I've been back here for a bit, and there's a couple things that I've been working on since I got back that I'm super excited about. I've been just doing the whole, you know, normal YouTube thing, preparing for the holidays, doing stuff with Nana, but there is something that I'm not allowed to talk about, a big project that is in the process of happening right now, and it hopefully should be done within a month or 2, but it's a big project. One of the bigger projects that's happened in my life in the past like 3 years or so. And it's gonna be so sick, and I cannot talk about it, but I can't wait to release the video on it because yeah, it's the most excited I've been about something in a very, very long time. Anyway, I'll stop talking about it because it's stupid, because I can't tell you what it is, but I have a big project. And also, if you're interested in weird stuff, I just released some new shirts on my website, jasonparksucks.com, such as this. Yeah, this is like my newest design that I just did the other night. It's the potato cat, which is my grotesque creation. And I know I love making graphics and releasing new stuff like that, but I haven't in a long time. I think it's been over a year, maybe a couple of years. So I knew I had to do something now, and I created the potato cat, which I love. It's disgusting and it's weird and it makes us feel uncomfortable, and we like to feel uncomfortable. So if you would like to feel uncomfortable, they're available on my website right now. They come in shirts. I had to give it brown as a colorway, of course, the potato color, and it comes in hoodies as well. And if you do order right now, it should come in before Christmas if you're into that sort of thing. Oh yeah, also since I got back, I released my new video part, which was, Man Overboard. I filmed with Jordan Kim. I was super pumped on that one. It was the first project we had worked on together in over 5 years. And there's a reason for that. And there's also a crazy story behind it, how like it almost didn't happen. And Jordan actually even almost died before this happened. Thankfully he didn't, because we love Jordan. He's a wonderful human. But I'm gonna make an entire separate video on that and maybe kind of review my video part. But yeah, that's what I've been up to. Just working on some new projects and just trying to stay busy. Hope you enjoyed watching me just babble and be a complete idiot. I have a bunch of new videos that I'm working on that hopefully will be out soon. But until then, thanks for watching me be stupid, and I will see you guys very soon. One, two,